In the remote Jamaican village of Greenwood, where dense forests concealed ancient secrets and the night air hummed with a haunting melody, there lived a man named Winston. Winston was known throughout the village for his fearless demeanor and a boisterous laugh that echoed through the hills. Little did he know that his bravado would soon be put to the ultimate test by the chilling legend that lurked in the shadows, the Jamaican Rolling Calf. One moonlit night, as the village slept under the watchful gaze of the stars, a distant clinking of chains disrupted the serene silence. The villagers stirred in their sleep, unease settling over Greenwood like a spectral fog. The rolling calf had awakened. Winston, however, scoffed at the tales of the malevolent spirit. Fueled by bravado and a few swigs of Jamaican rum, he declared in the village square, "I fear no rolling calf. Tonight, I will face this so-called spirit and prove to you all that it's nothing but a story to frighten children." The villagers, torn between fear and curiosity, watched as Winston swaggered into the moonlit night. The dense foliage swallowed him whole, and his laughter, once boisterous, faded into the eerie silence that enveloped the village. Unbeknownst to Winston, the rolling calf had taken notice of his challenge. A supernatural force, born of ancient grievances and tormented souls, it emerged with a spectral grace, its fiery eyes ablaze with an otherworldly rage. The clinking of chains echoed through the jungle as it began its pursuit. As Winston ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, the air grew thick with an oppressive tension. The moon cast elongated shadows that seemed to dance in anticipation of the malevolent encounter. Unfazed, Winston continued his journey, a defiant glint in his eyes. The clinking of chains, now closer, reached a dissonant crescendo, sending a shiver down Winston's spine. He turned, half expecting to see nothing but the swaying branches and moonlit shadows. To his horror, two fiery eyes met his gaze. A spectral entity, the rolling calf, had materialized from the darkness. A silence hung in the air as Winston and the rolling calf locked eyes. The very atmosphere seemed to quiver with an unholy energy. In that moment, Winston's bravado wavered, replaced by a primal fear that clawed at his chest. The rolling calf, with a haunting grace, began its pursuit. Winston, now running on sheer instinct, navigated the labyrinthine paths of the forest. The clinking of chains followed him like a ghostly echo, each step of the rolling calf a relentless reminder of the ancient wrath it carried. Through tangled vines and twisted roots, Winston sprinted, his breaths ragged, and his heart pounding like a drum. The moon overhead bore witness to the macabre chase that unfolded beneath its silvery glow. The rolling calf, fueled by a spectral determination, closed the gap between them. The jungle, once Winston's ally, now felt like a claustrophobic maze closing in on him. As he stumbled over gnarled roots, the malevolent spirit's fiery eyes bore down on him. In a desperate bid for survival, Winston reached the edge of a moonlit clearing. The dense vegetation parted, revealing an ancient ceiba tree at the center of the glade, a tree believed by the villagers to possess sacred energies that could ward off malevolent spirits. Winston, gasping for breath, staggered toward the ceiba tree. The rolling calf, restrained by the supernatural forces that guarded the sacred glade, hesitated at the threshold, its fiery eyes flickering with an inner turmoil. The villagers, drawn by the commotion, emerged from their homes to witness the chilling spectacle. They watched as Winston, on the verge of collapse, sought refuge beneath the ceiba tree's outstretched branches. The rolling calf, its spectral form now confined by the protective aura of the ancient tree, let out a mournful wail. The villagers, gripped by a mixture of awe and terror, witnessed the malevolent spirit retreat into the shadows, its fiery eyes casting one final glance at Winston. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, Winston emerged from the sacred glade, his face etched with a profound mixture of fear and humility. The village, now hushed in the aftermath of the supernatural encounter, regarded him with a newfound reverence. Winston, humbled by the ordeal, shared a harrowing account of his confrontation with the rolling calf. The once skeptical villagers, now witnesses to the very real terror that lurked in the heart of the forest, renewed their respect for the ancient tales that shaped their culture. The legend of Winston's encounter with the rolling calf became a cautionary tale passed down through generations. The village of Greenwood, forever changed by the night's events, continued to coexist with the supernatural forces that dwelled in the Jamaican night, forever mindful of the thin veil that separated the living from the spectral.